In business, there's no room for guesswork. Every shipment matters. Every deadline counts. When you're trying to keep operations running smoothly, the last thing you need is uncertainty. That's why reliability is at the core of USPS Ground Advantage. From the moment your package is first scanned in, it moves through a secure nationwide network, aiding in a timely and accurate delivery. You get near real-time tracking so you can keep up with your shipments. And with affordable upfront pricing, there are no hidden fees or surprise surcharges to throw off your cost sheets. It all adds up to predictable deliveries you can depend on. Because knowing your logistics are handled lets you focus on everything else: your customers, your team, and the future you're building. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to start shipping with confidence. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
Always follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome in. Thanks for watching on YouTube TV, listening, Sirius XM channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our affiliates across the country. Coming up this hour, in 15 minutes, tonight's hockey card with some best bets. Bottom of the hour, Major League Baseball, loaded schedule, some really good pitching matchups. And in 45 minutes, we'll go inside our pizzeria with some long shot bets that would pay off quite handsomely. Right now, we go out to the Progressive guest line. Nick Whalen joins the program. He is with RotoWire and co-host of Prop Points Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time right here on VSiN. Nick, good afternoon. Thanks for the time today. How are you?
I'm great, guys. I'm great. Actually heading out right after this to go catch Mizorowski and the Brewers taking on the Blue Jays tonight. So going to be jumping through some hoops trying to stream these play-in games from Miller Park.
I love that move. Great job out of you. We do have a little bit of news, by the way, since the beginning of the show, point spread-wise and total-wise, in this Heat-Hornets game. At DraftKings now, the Hornets down to 5.5, and some other books. They were at 6.5 an hour ago, and the total, Pauly, some books down to 227.5. That would be a 3-point drop of the total in the last hour. Nick, your look with some best bets in this game tonight would be what?
So I like the Hornets. I've been on the Hornets since we got these matchups on Sunday. Now, I will say it would be very Miami Heat to just come out and all of a sudden start looking like the Heat in their 83rd game of the season. We've talked, on and off over the last few months. And, I was talking Heat to win the Southeast Division, Heat to make the playoffs, and they did nothing down the stretch to back that up. Now you look at these teams post All-Star break, Miami, number 4 in offense. That's great. Number 21 in defense, just a plus 2.2 net rating. Hornets are plus 11 on the net rating in that same span. If you dive in on the numbers, the Heat have really struggled defense with Tyler Hero and Norman Powell, both in the lineup, which they will be tonight. Now, the total is interesting, that it's on the decline so much. We kind of have conflicting trends here. Charlotte is the biggest home under team in the NBA, 66% to the under. Heat, one of the biggest road over teams in the NBA. But I see the vision here, and it's important to remember that even though these are play-in games, it's going to feel like a playoff atmosphere, right? I think you're going to see maybe some tightness early on. Both teams are going to be bringing the intensity on the defensive side of the ball, and especially with this game being in Charlotte, guys. Like I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think the crowd is going to matter. I think the crowd is going to be all over this. I mean, this is the most meaningful basketball game for the Charlotte Hornets franchise since 2016. They've played a couple play-in games over the last few years. They have not played one at home. They have not had a home playoff or play-in game since 2016. So you don't want to pin an entire pick, of course, on the crowd, but I do think Charlotte is the better team. I think they're coming into this game with confidence. And again, it's taken Miami 82 games to still not really be able to figure out what they are.
Yes, well said. And the 9-year drought, you're right about how the crowd's going to be amped up, and a lot of hardcore NBA fans want to see Charlotte get in the playoffs as well. Is ball assists over your favorite prop?
Yeah, that's one we talked about in our show earlier today. It's up to, I think, 8.5 now across the board. And I don't mind that. And another thing to remember with these playing games is they are treated like playoff games in terms of the intensity, but also the minutes for the star players, right? Like you're not going to see some of these guys capped at 34, 35, like they might be in the middle of February. I mean, this is an all-out attack, especially for a 9-10 game where the loser is literally going home. So I don't mind that. I think we see plenty of LaMelo tonight. He's going to get his 3-point attempts up as well. I think his made threes line is 4.5, which is just crazy. But then he's taking like 16 per game. But I'm looking elsewhere in terms of props for this game, guys. Jaime Jaquez over 11.5 points, I think is a sneaky spot. Eric Spoelstra, I think, really depends on Jaquez off the bench. I could see a scenario where, if Norman Powell doesn't have it early on, they start to lean more on Jaquez. He's somebody who's able to get to the line night in and night out. And then on the Charlotte side of things, I'd look at the over 1.5 threes for Coby White. The points prop for Coby is getting a little bit high for my taste. And, for a guy who's playing like 20 minutes off the bench every night, I get that. But he gets shots up. 32.3% usage rate, guys, since the trade from Chicago. He has not played enough minutes to qualify for the actual leaderboard. But to put that in context, SGA has a 33% usage rate. Anthony Edwards has a 31.5% usage rate. So some people might just look at the game logs and get scared away because he's not playing that many minutes. But when Coby White is out there, he is firing away, and almost exactly 50% of his attempts come from beyond the arc.
I love that catch by you, and I thought it was a great pickup by the Hornets to make that move middle of the season. Is that it for that game?
That's it for that game.
Okay. So then how about this now? The Suns back to 3.5 now at DraftKings tonight. Plenty of threes still out there, and the total, but down to, oh boy, as low as 216 now on the screen. And how are you attacking this matchup, Nick?
I jumped on the Blazers at plus 4.5 when I was talking with Dustin on Sunday night, and we've seen a ton of movement, right? It was down to 2.5 this morning, 3.5. It's been all over the place. This is a tougher one for me to figure out. I do buy into this general idea that it is going to be a rock fight. We saw Phoenix win 2 of the 3 regular season matchups between these two teams, but there were some caveats there. Denny Avdia missed one of those games. Devin Booker only played in one of the 3 regular season games. 2 were high scoring. 2 would have sailed over this total. 1 was extremely low scoring. I want to say the final score was like 92-77 or something like that. This Blazers team, number 3 in the NBA in defensive rating since the All-Star break. They're number 1 over the last 15 games. Both teams bottom half of the league in terms of offense. Blazers are 23rd, by the way, which is tough to do when you have like a third of the league not even trying. And the Blazers are still 23rd in offense since the break. So I do think we get a lower scoring game, but that total is getting low enough where it's just more of a no play for me.
Okay. It's supposed to be Orlando and Philly tonight, but it's moved back because the Flyers are at home. I didn't do this justice yesterday, but that Orlando loss Sunday was an absolute abomination. You're going to get 2 home games and 2 cracks at making the playoffs. Bad enough you're in this position. If you give up 4 first-round picks for Bane, and it appears they don't like Mosley, what do I do with this Orlando-Philly game now with no Embiid either?
This is an all-time, I have no idea what's going to happen game. I'm going to be totally honest about that. I mean, the Embiid factor is so huge here, right? If Embiid's playing, I don't know, what is the line? 4.5, 5.5 maybe for Philly, but that's such a huge variable. You still have Tyrese Maxey, you still have Paul George, but this Orlando team, that's the side I'm worried about. Like I've been fading the Orlando Magic since mid-February when I bet them like plus 245 to miss the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. And, even night to night when we talk about them on our show, it's like, all right, I'm off. This team hates their coach. Banchero can't play.
Right.
And then, the next night they go out and win by 15. Like I just cannot figure out the Orlando Magic, but it feels like it's reached a breaking point, right? I mean, there's some reports earlier today even that, an unnamed star on the team will force his way out if they don't fire Jamal Mosley. The vibes are really bad right now in Orlando. I would lean on Philly on the kind of initial play for me, but this is one that I will likely end up just going into the prop market and staying away from the side. I cannot figure out the Orlando Magic. And like you said on Sunday, egregious. You could say, well, Toronto, Atlanta, they were up big. They knew they weren't going to get out of the play-in. You still want to get 2 cracks at this. You still want to have those home games.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. It's not even backups. You're playing the back end of the bench, and you couldn't get a stop. You're laying 14. My God.
Yep.
Is there a series price or a series prop that you like that's on the board?
So the one that we talked about on prop points earlier today, I'm still holding firm on the Houston Rockets, a team that I don't even like that much, to be honest. I know they've been playing well over the last few weeks, but it just has to be a fade spot for me on the under 5.5 games for Lakers Rockets. I know there's some reporting out there that Luka has returned to the continental United States. He's no longer in Europe getting the experimental treatment. I just don't really buy this idea that Luka could come back, and or Austin Reeves, by the way, could come back and look like themselves. I'm not saying we don't see them in this series, but these are serious injuries. These are the type of injuries that you can't really play through. They're very easy to re-injure, and you can't expect those guys to be anywhere near 100%. Now, I know the Lakers ripped off some decent wins, we'll call them, to finish the season and lock up the 4 seed. They'll get home court advantage. This is not a good roster when you have 41-year-old LeBron James and Rui Hachimura as the number 2 option. I mean, this should be, I think, a walkover for the Houston Rockets as long as we don't see Luka and Reeves back. And, that requires some faith, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think those injuries hit at the worst possible time.
Let me throw this at you. And Nick Whalen's our guest right now on the Progressive Guest Line. One more play-in game on Wednesday night. It's the Clippers hosting the Warriors. This is, by the way, a very good Twitter follow now, at VSiN Insights. Santos with Golden State over 15.5 combined points and rebounds. Notable, he's gone over in 15 of his last 18 games and averaged 16 points per game in that stretch. What have you done with that game tomorrow night?
It's so funny you mentioned Santos because we were talking about this on Prop Points, and I'm like, look, I like the Clippers here. They're the much better team. It feels like the Warriors kind of mailed it in months ago and admitted defeat on this season. And then I was like, you just know somehow Guy Santos is going to be getting buckets late in this game, and it's going to be a 2-point game with 2 minutes left. It would be very Warriors, with Steph back in the mix now to find a way to win this game. But I still do lean on the Clippers here. I think they are the vastly better roster. Steve Kerr's telling us there's going to be a minutes limit for Stephen Curry. I don't think that's going to be the case, but it's kind of a one-man show right now for Golden State. And I think the Clippers have the perimeter defenders. Like someone like Chris Dunn is kind of created in a lab to chase Steph Curry around for 35 minutes tomorrow night. So I do lean on the Clippers with a healthy Kawhi Leonard. I'm not going to bet against him in a one-game setting. Also an underspot for me at 220.5. I think this will be another one of those grinded out type of games. Maybe not as ugly as Suns Blazers might be later tonight, but under 220.5.
Enjoy the game. Great job. Always fun to talk to you. Go get him tonight.
Yeah, you too, guys. Thanks.
All right.
Nick.
This is wild. Not even Curry. It might be Porzingis and Horford.
Well, so the original report that I heard is minutes restrictions, but that they're not going to play 40.
Yes.
So that they could still play 37, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that tells you, though.
Wouldn't you rather lose and they get the lottery pick, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather just have that scenario? If they get the 8 seed, how does that go against Oklahoma City?
Yeah, that's right. That's our reward. That's why I worried what the Clippers were thinking the last couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah.
So what? We get embarrassed by OKC? That's what some reward, some gift.
Curry's going to have to hit 11 threes in one game to steal one game against Oklahoma City.
Brian Windhorst said something interesting. He's been told by Laker people that if someone comes back, the guy to come back first would be Reeves and not Luka.
I heard him say that.
So that's something to look at.
Well, it seems like it's changing 3 times a day.
Yes, right. So damn, it's unfortunate. I can't believe that both of them go down.
Up next, we'll discuss the NHL card on hand for tonight and run down the latest playoff matchups we have coming up here on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Game by game here tonight coming up in the National Hockey League. I wanted to point out a couple of things first. One, I know people are pissed off about this. I think Bettman needs to re-examine something like this.
You're damn right
with the points overall. When you look at the West, right? Avs have 117, Stars 110, Wild 102. Then Vegas chimes in, first team out of the Pacific at 93. They're going to be the 2 seed at this rate. The 2 in the West. Meanwhile, in the East, you have the Hurricanes at 111, Sabres 108, Lightning and Canadiens at 106. Those 2 teams would be the 3rd and the 4th teams, respectively. Come on.
It's a garage league.
Yes, it is.
Ridiculous. I do not, and for the love of God, we cannot have Oilers Kings for the 5th year in a row. This is so silly how they do this.
I don't
Change
like
the format.
Yep.
My God.
We're way past due to change this thing.
Oh.
So some of the matchups that we have right now, Carolina is either going to get Boston or Ottawa. By the way, we know people with humongous tickets on the Bruins to win the East. Humongous tickets. Buffalo will then get the other team.
Who do they want, though? I think Boston. Does Boston want Buffalo? Are hockey fans out there? They Carolina, because
it's a good question.
If they win, they get Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're $1.50 as well tonight. And I think there should be a goal in the first 10 in that game.
Well, how good can Canadians Lightning be?
That's good.
Might to be determined.
That's why Montreal. What do you think of the steam here, though? But Montreal's got to win this game. Montreal playing for home ice.
Mm-hmm.
Flyers clinched last night, ended the drought. A little bit of a celebration. They're locked in. They're playing Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Now it's up to 265 though now.
Do you know what the look ahead was?
Like 180?
Yeah, it was around 180 in the look ahead.
And even in regulations up to like $1.45. But
I got to tell you,
boy,
I don't like the regulation bets. Vegas got there last night thanks to Jonathan Davis. But
I know, but it's been okay. It's been good. But the two losses have been you're blowing 2-goal leads in the third period.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen. And I credit the Sharks for what they did to Nashville. That was a good win. But I think Montreal gets there tonight. Montreal wins, and I would say the same thing about Utah, because Utah doesn't want to play Colorado. Utah wants to play the winner of the Pacific. So Utah, the $2 against the Jets. Jets on a back-to-back. You were at the game, humiliated, gave up all those goals, and it was a blitzkrieg to start the third period. Utah regulation as well, $1.05.
Stars wild in the West. Dallas gets home ice. Vegas needs one more point to clinch the Pacific and the 2 seed overall.
Yep.
So this is going to be.
But that's the fascinating thing. Anaheim can win the division.
I know.
Or finished in fourth.
Yep.
So this is.
They're lucky that they clinch a playoff spot.
They're not playing well.
All 16 teams now have clinched, in fact, a spot in the NHL playoffs. One dynamic that I can't wait to examine once the playoffs are here. How does this go in the Pittsburgh-Philadelphia series now that the playoffs are here? And I'm asking you that because the Penguins have been this team flying over their totals, team totals and for the game.
Oh, yeah.
Does that flip now that we're going to have playoff hockey?
No, I don't think so. 17-1-1 over until the game Sunday. They said everyone.
No, I know that.
They're playing games. They've had 2 games in the last 2 weeks, scoreless in the second period. Game goes over in the second period.
Yeah, I know.
So absolutely fireworks. That'll be a great series. So you don't want Anaheim tonight? $1.40 on the road?
I'm going to tread very lightly here. The one that I liked was Montreal, but now it's completely gotten away.
You want to come back with the Kings? 5 in a row, playing Vancouver?
Yeah,
Vancouver had the win the other night, though.
But why do the Kings need the game? I guess just based on where they're going to land in the playoff spot, but it doesn't really matter to them because they're in now.
Yeah.
So that's why I really like a team like that.
Worried about the motivation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's more of a hardcore deep dive into who you want to play, seeding, pick your matchup, all that other business. But that's why I like Utah.
So you put this down last night then. Montreal in 60 minutes was $1.15 earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, that's long gone.
Yeah. I know. Well, oh, my God, it's 280 now.
Now it just keeps going up.
It just moved on the screen of DK.
It might.
This was 180 last night, and the Flyers had already clinched.
I bet it goes to. This could touch 330 at some books. I would not be surprised.
It's all right there for you. One team playing for home ice, the other team clinched, and it's a back-to-back. Sit people, season over. Montreal takes them out. You want any first 10? Bruins game, Islander game, Flyer game? First period over? Anything? No? I think the goal in the first 10 fits in the first 4 games.
Well, okay, so isn't tonight overall going to be an under night with these really high totals based on teams that might just going out there and tapping out for the season?
Depends how you look at it.
I'm asking because the Grand Salami is now something I'm going to look at almost every single day in Major League Baseball. How about the Grand Salami goes under tonight in the game or across the entire board, which means total goals scored across every single game tonight in the NHL.
Yeah.
Go through the motions. I got to tell you, that game, I was at the Golden Knights game last night against the Jets. It looked like a total scrimmage out there. It could have been my vantage point. I don't know. But it just looked like they were running through the motions, and that was it. And it exploded, though, in the third period with goals.
Yeah. Okay. So I know you played this the other day, and it didn't work out. And this is more of this is like Ohtani Judge to go deep price. Ovechkin's $1.80 to score. This is it. Could be his last game.
Right.
Shots on goal, score a goal. Power play. What do you want to do with Ovechkin?
So he was $1 plus 190 to score a goal against Pittsburgh, who sat everybody over the weekend in what could have been his last ever home game. And his shots on goal depends on what you paid with the juice, 3.5, whatever, 2.5, 3.5. He only had 3 shots on goal, didn't score. Like I would say, if there was ever a time that he was going to score, it would have been in that game.
Yep.
He did not.
Yep.
So tonight, I mean, it's a pretty decent plus price on him, so I can't blame anybody if they want to get down on it, but it's not something I'm really looking forward to tonight. Because Columbus is not going to allow him to score a goal. Like, this is not going to be Chan Ho Park serving up that Cal Ripken Jr. in the All-Star game. Here you go, buddy. See if you can take this one deep, and he did. Right down the middle of the plate.
Yeah.
Did you bet it?
It's too low. It's just the price isn't there. It's outrageous.
It's the same number as Aaron Judge to hit a home run tonight.
Yes.
I'm looking at it plus 185. Let me show you this, by the way. This is at last night's game. Sebastian is turning 2 next week, and we were there. This is second period. Whammo, right on the Jumbotron. And that place was packed last night. So the kid goes to his first ever NHL game, and they put him up on the Jumbotron last night. That's pretty cool. So hopefully he'll get a kick out of that in a couple of years when he understands what he was looking at last night. Kid was totally mesmerized by the game.
Excellent.
He was super loud, didn't care. Put the headphones on. He's like, get these headphones off me. I want to experience the whole thing.
Yeah?
He was awesome for the first 2 periods, and then right before the second intermission, and they exploded for 6. He's like, okay, guys.
That's it?
He said it without saying it, like, I need to get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Baby Benadryl? That was it?
Little whiskey on the gums.
Got that? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
But it was fun overall. So I'll ask you. We asked Adam Hill this last hour. The Golden Knights, what's the ceiling this year? You taking them seriously?
Goaltending's been good.
Yeah.
Defense has been good. They can beat Edmonton.
Can we see?
I would say conference finals. And then I don't think it'll go well against Colorado if that's the matchup. But maybe there's an upset.
Okay. That could happen.
Maybe it's Dallas or maybe, right?
The Wild?
But certainly they're playing well. And the change worked out and paid off. But it also
people are buying in now, by the way.
Well, the schedule has been easy, too, though. I mean, Colorado sat people, nice win.
Beat Edmonton.
That was impressive.
That's good.
But, this is what does Edmonton care, all that stuff. But I think Edmonton would want to win the division.
I would think so,
too. They went into Edmonton and punked them.
Or do they want the Kings again in the first round?
Yeah. It depends on the matchups as well. But it's going to be big that they're going to win the division. That's going to help them out.
By the way, on that note, if we do get Oilers and Kings for the 5th straight year,
it cannot happen.
Is it going to be the same move? Is it going to be the Kings get out to they take game 1, they might take game 2, and it's like, we're dead here on the Oilers, and then you bet Edmonton to come back and win the series?
Yeah.
And the Kings blow it again?
Yeah, they absolutely blew it. This is an eclectic mix, though. It's an interesting group of teams we have. Interesting dynamic with all the playoff teams. It's unfortunate we don't have any drama, though, in the last couple of games.
Yeah.
But it's also how they could say all you want about the NBA. I got it. The tanking was out of control. But this is, come on. How they end the season, there's only 5-6 games on the final day.
Mm-hmm.
The silly matchups, they don't reseed. How they seed, rather.
They have to tinker.
You can't have the same matchup 4 years in a row.
Absolutely not.
If you got a group chat full of hot takes, Cut was built for you. Cut, a social betting platform that's let you bet directly against your friends and other users on anything, sports, politics, pop culture, even personal bets. And unlike traditional betting apps, Cut gives you cash back on every single bet you make, even against your friends. Get a 20% deposit bonus on your first deposit when you use promo code VSiN. Head to cut.com, K-U-T-T, or download in the App Store and use promo code VSiN. Get it now. It's awesome for your friends. Cut.com.
You can always tweet the show at VSiN Live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Pauly Howard.
Thanks for the Michaelis tweets. Michaelis was scratched. Thank you.
Yep. And up next, we'll get into the Major League Baseball card for tonight. I'll give you a very good example of why not to freak out over a super small sample size coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Good to have you on board. Coming up in 15 minutes, we'll take a stroll inside of our pizzeria, grab a bite, some long shot bets that you have put in and could be cashing if they haven't cashed already. So the game last night in the Bronx was absolutely crazy. This was the back and forth roller coaster that bettors and fans went through in the game. 4-0 Yanks turned into 4-4 overall. Then it was 7-4 Yanks, 7-7, 8-7 Yanks, 10-8 Angels, 11-10 Yankees final. So Detmers is going tonight against Weathers. Detmers actually has solid numbers, but he should be better. And I say that because through 15 innings pitched, plus actually, his ERA is 4.6. The expected ERA is 2 full runs better, and the FIP is 3.38, almost 10 Ks per 9. The walks are kind of up there at 3.45. But here's the deal, and what I was talking about before the break. You can't freak out over a short sample size in Major League Baseball. The Yankees on the year, and Detmers is a lefty, the Yankees on the year against lefties, they are dead last in Major League Baseball in batting average at 145. They're 29th in on-base percentage at 240. They have the worst WRC plus at 48, even behind the worst, behind Colorado, the A's, whatever, you name it. The Yankees also have a slug of 267 against lefties and an OPS of 507 dead last. That actually includes the numbers against Kikuchi last night, who they got to. So I just imagine how bad they were before the game.
Yeah.
Kikuchi only won like 3 innings. They got 4 runs off him, hit a couple of home runs. But those numbers, it's a very small sample size. So I can't say, oh my God, Detmers is going to go out there and strike out 10 Angels, and I got to bet this team tonight.
I'm coming right back with the props. The Jersey kid, if Trout can do it again, and then the run that Soler's on.
Oh, where is this coming from again?
Yeah. Second in RBIs to Pages. What a season he's having. Yep. And while we're in commercial break, Montreal went to 310. What? 50-cent move in 10 minutes.
Now here comes 330, then maybe 350.
Yeah, no kidding.
My buy some buyback. And now for the record here, Weathers has been really good for the Yankees.
Yeah, I
really good.
No opinion.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm just looking at player props because the baseball's been so bad and none of it makes sense. And the obvious stuff and the stuff that makes sense and all the numbers have been wrong. And they don't get there. Like tonight. Like Rogers should beat Kelly. Kelly's making his first start for the Diamondbacks. They blow a 6-run lead. Mm-hmm. Baltimore's been hot with the sticks. They've won 6 of 7. I mentioned Henderson with the extra base hit, 6 of them as well. And Rogers has been great. Number 1 in ERA since May 24th of last year with a 1.82.
By the way, good breakdown by Adam Burke today on VSiN.com with this game. Merrill Kelly made a rehab start. He only threw 72 pitches. He's 37 years old. 42 of those went for strikes. Like this Orioles lineup now is showing some life. Gunnar Henderson has 6 home runs on the year. Alonso went crazy yesterday. Like, you're right. Like, this should be a spot.
Alonso's hitting.
Where the Orioles score a bunch of runs. And Rogers he's the first guy that I bet to win an award. In fact, that goes all the way back to middle of November of last year to win the Cy Young. And he's been solid this year. Like, this should be an Orioles game. But the way baseball goes, I'm with you. I'd find props instead.
Well, it worked last night with Texas. Mm-hmm. That was one that
was a good
out.
one. I should have been much stronger on that yesterday. Yep. Liked him, didn't love him.
Okay. How about Springs against Gore?
Well,
Springs has been great. Should Gore be $1.30?
I actually thought it was a little bit too light.
You did?
Yeah, because I think Springs is going to come back to the pack.
Okay.
That was my initial read on looking at all the numbers for the game. Gore's off to a really good start this year. And that was, was the Malinsky special last night.
Yes.
For the A's back home. They only played 6 away games, so we like to have a little bit more than that when a team takes a road trip. The example tonight would be the Astros. They've lost 8 straight, and now they're back home after a road trip that includes spots in Sacramento, Colorado, and Seattle. They've only had 1 day off. That was last Thursday. So the problem with this is the Astros get Michael Lorenzen tonight. He's got an ERA of 8+ on the year. He's allowing almost 2 home runs per 9 innings.
Yeah.
I also, like what you said earlier, should we not get runs in this game?
Yes.
It's 8.5.
Yep. I don't understand it. It should be higher. 2 gas cans going out there. I mean, during this losing streak, the starting pitching hasn't given them a chance. How bad they've been.
Okay, so
just
then
the staff in general too.
Which player props are you going to keep riding? Pages?
Altuve's been great. Alvarez. Definitely Pages. Leads in average in RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
Chapman's hitting 700 career against Singer.
Seems decent.
Ozuna, that's scratch now. Michaelis is scratch. Rosario, 462 against Detmers. And Walker has 8 home runs, and he's hit a home run in 3 in a row. Or with the Walker props.
Mm-hmm.
And Wood's on fire. Wood's 14 of 29 in his last 8. It's another one.
Well, it's not just Chapman, by the way. It's Devers and Luis Ariz as well. They all have really good numbers against Singer. Singer's been terrible. Robbie Ray's been really good. And the Reds are punching above their weight right now. They have a negative run differential and a winning record. This should, again, it should be a spot. And look at this. Make this number make sense. How is Brady Singer $1.12 against Robbie Ray?
Yeah.
What are we missing here?
Not hitting.
That has to be the fishy number of the night.
Well, I got the worst batting average with runners in scoring position with the Reds. And then San Francisco is fewest home runs and worst walk rate.
Yeah, their offense
That's
is
the
not.
other thing.
Yeah, they forgot to show up in late March.
Yeah.
For the year. Well, again, maybe this number's fishy. I don't know, but it's also Cole Reagan, so he has a super high power rating. We get 2 lefties on the bump tonight in Detroit. Tigers now playing better ball. I have to go with Valdez. Last start, not great, but again, misleading numbers overall. His ERA on the year is hovering around 5 at 4.76, but the FIP, a truer indicator, is at 2.84. Hasn't allowed a home run. Not a big K guy. And the Royals against lefties, a slash of 204, 299, 309. PU. So I think $1.18 here is cheap. And Valdez is also $1.15 in the first 5.
Much better at home.
Yeah. I trust him here tonight.
All right.
I like him in this spot.
I can't sell you on the Phillies.
Well, try to.
Nola against the Cubs, 6-1 with an ERA of 3 and change last 8. Bregman and Happa combined 0 of 29 against them. And they're forced to throw Riley Martin to start. And it appears they broke out of it as the bat. Now, you're probably going to come back and say, well, fade them because of what they did last night. But maybe they're starting to get the bats going.
Well,
and Harper's been hot.
I would imagine the kid going, Martin, for the Cubs is only going to be an opener.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they're going to...
I can't remember who's behind him.
I'm blanking on that too right now, so I apologize.
Okay. Yeah.
The Phillies, he's a lefty, so I wanted to, when I first was looking at the card, I'm like, oh my God, Phillies stink against lefties. But then that kid's only going to throw 1 inning the way it looks. I don't know, maybe a good sign there was Schwarber last night.
Yes.
He's got 6 on the year now. Mm-hmm. Doesn't hit for average, but that's who he is and what he does, and smoked 2 long bombs again last night.
Okay, what about the Red Sox? How about Crochet? Why was he still in? 11 runs? Get him out of there. Give up 11 runs in 2 innings?
Velocity was down again last night.
Oh.
So
Twins have won 7 of 8 and scored 68 runs. What's going on?
I mean, I would only look at the Twins again playing this red hot baseball at plus money here tonight. I could only look at Minnesota, and I can't believe I'm saying that right now.
Yeah.
At plus 119. By the way, that's the kind of start that we need, because we're on tickets here for Jose Soriano to win the Cy Young. Look, it was 100-1 shot when I bet him and talked about that, not only here but on Pod of the Futures. But that's the kind of start that we need from guys ahead of Soriano on the odds board. And now he's down to 18-1. But Skubal already had a bad start. Mm-hmm. Crochet got absolutely torched yesterday, and now he is quickly maneuvering his way up the board. We just have to avoid disaster from Soriano this year, and hope to God that his odds keep coming down and he goes out there and puts up these awesome starts still. Overall, but the best game of the day definitely is Toronto in terms of pitching matchups. Yep. Is Toronto against Milwaukee. The Brewers are struggling, reeling mightily at this point. Gossman, how is he doing this, by the way, at his age? And this guy's been good now for many, many years in a row, quietly putting together his best season ever. And I get it's early, so whatever. And the Miz goes for the Brewers. He's striking out more than 15 batters per 9 right now.
Yep. I don't know about the 7, though. I know both teams aren't hitting, but that's strange. That's a lot of respect. And Noah Schultz makes his debut for the White Sox. McClanahan's $1.40.
This is the kid for the White Sox where we're supposed to look at ladders for his K-props. Awesome stuff. Can blow batters away.
How long's he going?
That's a great question.
Awesome stuff?
That's what I was told, yes.
Really?
Uh-huh. Came to my attention that this is the guy that we want to circle right away with his K-props. Yep.
$5.10 for 5. 7 is 4-1.
Boy.
Ooh.
Look, I mean, he's coming up.
Yeah.
Rays have never seen him before.
9-1 for 8+.
What do you got for 10? They go to 10?
Yes, they do. 1 set. No. Yes. No. 17-1 for 9+.
Okay.
Take that. Be happy.
Get crazy?
Yes. Do that.
Maybe do that in like 4 innings. Get him in, get him out.
Yeah.
Pizzeria time. We'll grab a slice. Long shot cross-sport parlays. Some that are pending, some that are looking great, some that have cash. Coming up on Follow the Money, it's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Hungry for a winner? Sometimes all you need is a slice.
You make this pizza?
We swap pepperoni for parlays and give you alternate lines instead of anchovies.
I'm telling you, this pizza idea is really gonna happen.
From our kitchen to your wallet, sweat with us and throw some pizza money on it.
Double meatball, pepperoni, sausage, peppers, onions, extra mozzarella.
Welcome to Mitch and Pauly's Pizzeria.
Love it. Love it. Send them in, ftm@vsin.com. Email or tweet at us as well. Al in Indiana. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. Winner. Indiana wins the college football playoff. Winner. Avalanche win the Cup. Nuggets, NBA champs. 293-1. We have a guest coming up who thinks Denver wins it all.
You know,
Well, not bad.
here's the beauty of that ticket.
Worked out for you Sunday.
Not only does he have 2 winners already banked, that's below the tax threshold of 300-1.
Okay.
So,
Hello.
yeah,
Solid.
I would consider that when you're putting these together, FYI.
Purdue wins the Big Ten. Hawaii wins the Big West. Celtics, NBA title, 177-1. D. Renard on X.
Well, here's the thing. If you come out of the East, which we both like them, I think more than any team to win the East,
Wow.
you let it breathe that far, it doesn't matter if OKC's laying $3, you can still hedge.
Yeah. And they were still like 25-1 in January because we still didn't know about Tatum. And then they were playing so well, and then it was like, Tatum's coming. Tatum's coming back. Here we go. Okay, there's several of these now. Let's start with Gio in Illinois. Rory wins the Masters. Bang. Pistons win the title. Notre Dame college football. Giants NFC East 3,000-1. Why Gio? Come on.
You had to get greedy, Gio.
What are you doing? Don't put that on there. Too much. Too many toppings. Just, little pepperoni, little meatball. Too much.
That's it. Call it good. Maybe some extra sauce. Yeah, get out of there.
Just win baby bets on X. Avs win the West. Okay. OKC repeats. You're damn right. Bayern Munich wins the Champions League. Looks good.
I'll have to get the MLS standings.
All right.
I'm guessing it's good because he sent it in and it made it, so.
LA. USA wins Group D. 215-1. World Cup. I don't know about the MLS.
Yeah,
It's not my bag.
Let me get the standings right now.
While you're doing that. Rory wins the Masters. Bang. Michigan wins college basketball. Brewers win the NL Central 85-1. Wow, you're cooking.
You are.
That's good.
Little bit of a rough patch right now for the Brew Crew.
Right.
Yelich injury doesn't help at all, but I think...
And the Cubs got issues.
Yeah,
Pirates. Might have to fade the Pirates.
Yeah.
UCLA women. Good job, Patrick. Nuggets win the West. Texas College World Series. Avalanche win the Cup. 1,120-1. You got a shot here. I was waiting for the NBA pregame to start Sunday with Barkley and Shaq. Texas, Oklahoma women's softball was on. Very good. Both top 5 teams.
Oh, yeah?
High level.
High-level softball.
It was very impressive.
Good television is what
Hitting
you're telling
home
me.
runs, entertaining. Every time there was an out, they had something choreographed with what they would do. One gal hit a moonshot, but these were 2 top 5 clubs. And Texas, I think, was the defending champs.
Okay.
But remember, you don't. That ball gets on you. That's equivalent. How fast are they throwing it?
You're like 40 feet from the plate.
No kidding. It's impressive.
Look, no offense. Watching softball to me is like watching high school basketball.
I was stunned.
Can't do it.
I'm like, these gals can play.
Well, they're very talented.
Very good.
Just not my cup of tea.
Okay, fair enough. Well, in any event, he's
It's
got
like
a shot
watching
here.
bowling. Like, okay, I get it. You're going to throw 275 again. Thank you.
Joe DeFan on X. Capitals missed the playoffs. Winner. UConn Final Four. Winner. You have life now. Arsenal's going to blow this. Man City to win the Prem down to $1.60. They lost, and City beat Chelsea. And the 49ers win the NFC 393-1. You might go 3-0 to start.
Again, if Man City cashes that part of it to make it 3 out of 3 going to the Niners, so you do whatever you want at that point.
You got to fade the substation, the injuries.
Yeah.
Jimmy in Massachusetts. He has Tampa to beat the White Sox today. Penguins win the East. Tatum Eastern Conference Finals MVP, 99-1. Not bad. That's a series. Okay.
Series bet, okay.
It's on a C. Okay.
By the way, you know the Penguins to win the East were...
Oh, they weren't. They're supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league.
They were not even that long ago.
Huge tickets on Penguins.
Triple digits.
Lee in Canada. Indiana wins college football playoff winner. Pistons division winner.
Oh,
Ducks.
Man.
Ducks division. 2 wins and a Vegas loss.
Oh, he could smell it.
Oh, they had it for much of the year, 155-1.
Well,
hey, you win tonight, you can maneuver.
The Pistons were leading that division comfortably the entire year.
That was cruise control.
So you can find spots to bet the no on the Ducks too.
And we also talked about this early on. I still haven't seen a Pistons 1 seed ticket.
No, neither have I.
Irv, Wild win the West. And they've won a series since I was in high school. Wemby.
Is that true?
It's been. I think they've lost 12 in a row, haven't they? Wemby. Western Conference Finals MVP. Yankees win the AL East 70-1. Can't get there.
Because of the Wild?
Wild can't. They can never win a series. Yeah. Denny and Mass bet the Celtics 60-1 on October 14th. Oh, what a feeling. The favorites to win the East. 2 seed. Revenge if they play the Knicks in the second round. A 1 seed not getting any respect. 4th best odds in Detroit. It's right there for you, Denny.
It actually, look, this is easy for me to say today, but we had this entire conversation for months about the Eastern Conference and the NBA. Before and after the season started. Why not take a peek at the Celtics back then? They still had a very good roster despite not having Tatum. And we had questions about every other team in the East.
Yep, no doubt. Cavs and the Knicks were disappointments. Chris Ebert. Dodgers win the World Series winner. Rory's wins the Masters winner. Knights win the Cup, 137-1. Bet it in October.
Okay.
You look like you're going to get the 2 seed. You're cooking. You got a shot.
Yeah.
Great job.
That's live.
And you can maneuver. Excellent job. FTM@VSiN.com. If you didn't get him in, or you tweet at us as well. What do you have on Noah Schultz?
All right, so I'm looking around right now for his player props for tonight to find like the best numbers available for his K prop. It looks like it's 4.5 almost everywhere, and you can find some plus money on him actually getting to 5. But here's what I have on the kid. He's 6'10", which immediately, this is my second Randy Johnson reference of the day today. Obviously comes to mind.
Yep.
So if you go back and look, let's see here. 40.4% K rate through 14 minor league innings so far this year. He allowed 6 base runners. That's it. I'm trying to move back here on the story. He breezed through lower levels of the minors. 1.33 ERA with a 36.5% K percentage in 27 innings single A. Workload got to 88 1/3 frames the following year. 2.24 ERA and punched out 32.1%. In that's high A to double A. 2015 turned into a little bit of a roadblock. 23.2% K rate, walk rate super high at 14.4%. So fell apart a little bit, but obviously with that kind of a frame and those K numbers, tonight 4.5 making his debut with a team that never. The problem is here again, Tampa Bay doesn't strike out very much. But he comes in throwing hard at that big frame 6'10". I'm looking at, I see plus 110 right now to have 5+ Ks in the game. Always shop around. Plus 226 plus 425, 7. What'd you say? You had 9+ was 17-1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's going to be different when you look at the stages of laddering these bets at different books, obviously.
How about Gore? Ladder Gore against the A's. Strike out a lot.
They strike out quite a bit. You got to give me a second here.
Do that.
Takes me a minute to toggle through all this stuff.
And Woo tonight against the Friars. That's just something. It's Mason Miller. Appointment viewing.
They should put up K props on him just in case he goes.
Yeah.
Void
He's
it.
available tonight.
Right? You would void the ticket if he doesn't play, but put up, is he going to strike out over or under 1.5 batters like every game?
Yeah. How many guys will put the ball in play? all that.
Gore 8+ plus 114 first look.
Jeez.
10 plus 4-1. Those are.
Yep.
Can't bet that.
I didn't have a problem with what the books did Sunday, and I know the prices were outrageous, but with the
NBA
Cooper Flag stuff,
yeah,
because it was like he was like
35.5 points,
even money to score 35 or something.
It was,
but it's like, okay, at least you put it up though.
They didn't put up unders though.
It was good. Yeah,
I didn't see one book that put up any unders. It was only like 30 plus, 35 plus, whatever.
Remember the 07 Patriots, the best offense I've ever seen. There was a time during that season, books wouldn't allow you to bet the Patriots and the over.
Right.
They stopped. Once they stopped, it never came in the rest of the season. Just trust the process.
Yeah.
If you're a sports book, just put it up. It'll work out for you.
NBA next with Matt Moore. Lives and breathes this sport. We'll get into the Spurs electing to lose to the Nuggets and how Denver might be the team in trouble as a result, ?